Clock. And time for Wiregrass Strong. The new coronavirus epidemic is a big problem that's expected to become bigger in the weeks and months to come. Those who are infected hopeful. So every afternoon at this time, your Wiregrass Radio family of stations will come together while staying apart to help you stay informed. We're going to be seeking your input. If you're a business impacted by the virus, call and let the Wiregrass know what you are doing to continue safely providing your services or goods. And if you're a parent working hard to take care of your family, we'd love to hear how you are coping. Remember, only the facts, no hearsay or rumors, and we're trying to keep things positive. Our number is 334-699-1053, or you can join us on YouTube Live, and you can chat throughout the program. And welcome once again to Wiregrass Strong for a Thursday afternoon. Closing in on our second week of bringing public service in the form of information and uplifting information and entertainment to the folks of the Wiregrass during this stressful time. This half hour is brought to you as a public service of Knight's Wrecker Service. Big or small, they do it all. 899-3257, Ashford, Dothan, and Headland. You can count on the crew over there at Knight's Wrecker Service. Let them be your knight in shining armor. Already the phone is lighting up. We'll get to the phone here in just a couple of minutes. Want to go ahead and do our FCC legal stuff. WESP, WECB, WJRL Dothan, WBBK Blakely Dothan. Hi there, I'm Brother Ricky Carter, or as you can see right there on the screen, Ricky Air Hug Carter. And we got Pollard from Pollard and Dave. That's Amy Pollard from her home studio in Wicksburg at the center top. And over on the center right from Peg. And he's got some exciting news about what's going on here downtown tomorrow night. That's Daniel Lewis with Premier Entertainment Group. In the lower right, that is Squirrel from Rock 100.5. It says, rock out the hand sanitizer. That is Squirrel. And also Cliff Mendham, and he is from the Chamber of Commerce here in Dothan. He is the board chairman for the Chamber of Commerce. It's good to see all of y'all. And we're going to kick the show off today with Amy, top center. It's almost like doing Hollywood Squares, top center there. And Amy is going to go ahead and get the numbers out of the way. Let's get those numbers out of the way, okay?
Okay, so nationally, we are definitely over 1 million now, actually, well, worldwide, I should say, infected with the coronavirus. But here in the state of Alabama, the latest numbers that we have right now, current up to 5:03 p.m. this afternoon, 1,251 confirmed cases in the state of Alabama. Over 8,600 that have actually been tested in Alabama. 32 reported deaths, 17 that we know for sure have died from the illness, and the difference in the two are between the 32 and 17 are suspected that those remainder would have something to do, but not yet confirmed with the coronavirus. Houston County numbers, we have 9 as far as Houston County goes in the Wiregrass area.
Well, we all knew it was going to get a little worse before it got better, and we're gonna make our way through this. But hopefully, we've got some excitement in store for the citizens of Dothan and really worldwide. They're going to be able to watch what's going on tomorrow night here in downtown Dothan. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and welcome Cliff Mendham. And Cliff, businesses are obviously struggling. There's no way to sugarcoat that. And I imagine they're contacting the chamber for all kinds of options, and I know you have some. So why don't you tell us what's going on over at the chamber?
That's right. We appreciate the opportunity to be on here and just, get the word out as to what we're trying to do to help businesses during this difficult time. First of all, we're telling people 3 things they can do. Number one, call the chamber. It doesn't matter if you're a chamber member or not. I mean, we're in the spirit of trying to help anybody out there that's a business owner in any way we can. And so the number of the chamber is 792-5138. It's not open to the general public, but it is staffed, and we're ready and available to try to answer any questions and calls that anybody may have. The second thing is you can visit the website, which is dothan.com, and they have a web page right there dedicated solely to the COVID-19 outbreak that's obviously being updated frequently. And then finally, you want to like us on Facebook. We've been trying to utilize, we have and will continue to utilize social media to try to get the word out as quickly and as efficiently as possible, anything that's changing. And I can tell you with all of these new business loans that are available through the government, it's changing not only daily, but hourly. I mean, literally, we were on a conference call this afternoon with our chamber team and the mayor and Chairman Culver and a lot of our banking partners. And they're literally waiting, to get the final regulations for some of these loans. So those are the three ways to get in touch with the chamber so that we can get you information. And then in regards to the actual options that are available for the businesses themselves, there are three what we call buckets of money that are available.
I saw your video. Very good video. And you'll have to give them that website as well to go check out the video. But he's got the three buckets set up there, Cliff. That's
right. Yeah, it was a YouTube video we put out and sent out to our chamber members via email, and then also shared on social media. But to the three different buckets, the first one is there's a micro loan program available locally through the Southeast Alabama Regional Planning and Development Commission. Scott Farmer and his team. That's, I think, a max of up to $20,000, and you would apply through Southeast Regional Planning. The second one that you've probably heard of is the SBA disaster loan. That's where you apply directly online through the SBA website. And there have been some questions as to whether or not you should send in a physical paper application. We have confirmed that the SBA is directing everyone to go ahead and just apply online. Do not send in a paper application. But obviously, we would encourage anyone to do that. Now, that, my understanding is, could be a 6 to 8 week process before you're approved and see any money, that kind of thing. But if you are approved, it could be up to a $2 million loan. And then there would be a $10,000 immediate grant that would be coming from that if you get approved, to try to go ahead and help you with some of your expenses. The most pressing one probably going on right now is what they call the PPP. That's the Payroll Protection Program. That's where there's $349 million that Congress has allocated to help small businesses. And if you go ahead and apply, it's really for any business that's under 500 employees. You would apply for that through your banking partner, whether it's a bank or a credit union. I believe they just have to be approved by the SBA. So you'd want to get with your accountant and your banking partner for that application. But the good news is you would get an average of your monthly payroll for 2019. The loan would be 2.5 times that amount. And then if the proceeds are used to pay payroll, mortgage interest, rent, or utilities over the next 8 weeks, it's forgivable, meaning that more or less you don't have to pay it back, and it's like a grant. And so the applications for that are supposed to, if you have employees, begin tomorrow. And then if you're a sole proprietor or an independent contractor, the applications for those type of businesses would begin a week from tomorrow.
A week from tomorrow.
That's right. Now, for the employees, the businesses with employees, you're supposed to be able to start turning those in tomorrow. But as I mentioned, we were still waiting on the final guidelines to be released by the SBA literally this afternoon, and hopefully they're out by now. I have not heard since we came on the air, but as of 1:30 this afternoon, they had not been released. But there is an application that they've put out, it's just a draft. So I know a lot of businesses have been going ahead and getting that completed, and just hoping that, once the final guidelines come out, there won't be very much else that changes. But again, I would encourage you to contact your accountant or your banking partner to discuss with them what would be necessary for that.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Cliff. We do have a phone call. I want to remind you, we are streaming live on Facebook at B1053. And I believe we're streaming live on the PEG website as well. Is that right, Daniel?
Should be. We got
All
it.
right. Well, you guys can check it out. YouTube.
Yeah, I got my guys back there working on it, but
we're also on YouTube at Wiregrass Radio, and I do believe I know who's on the phone. Let's go ahead and take this call right here. I believe it's Hannah. Hannah, is that you on the phone?
I'm here.
Hannah, tell us what's going on.
Okay, well, this Sunday, we are trying to get as many people to participate in what we are calling the Dothan Circle of Prayer.
Uh-huh.
We will be driving around the circle at 4 o'clock on, just depending on how the individual would feel led. And we are praying for our city, our nation, and the world, really. This is not really a set thing. It's not like a car line or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just as individuals feel led, they can just drive on out to the circle and drive around as many times as they want. I know that there is a group that will be driving around a few times and then stopping at Southeast Health to do a prayer and praise in the parking lot type thing.
Yeah.
I know several groups are, making their own car lines, which is totally fine, but we just want the community to come out and, to try to feel somewhat of a connection during this time.
Well, Hannah, we certainly appreciate it. I know that you couldn't have picked a better time. Gas is $1.35 a gallon right now. So if you want to drive around, you can't do anything else.
Anywhere to go.
Yeah,
so
you can't do anything else.
With us.
You might as well drive around and pray. It never hurts to bathe it all in prayer. And we thank you, Hannah, for giving us a call this afternoon. Thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you so much.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Alabama Small Business Development Center is offering an on-demand webinar preparing to apply for the SBA Economic Injury Disaster Loan.
Yeah, I was going to say something about that, Ricky, because I got on there yesterday trying to look at the website, and it just completely intimidated me. I freaked out.
Yeah, it is. This is a webinar, and it's on demand, meaning that you just go there and watch it at will. You don't have to be there at a certain time. I'm going to put the link up on our page right here. You'll have to give me just a second to do it. But Amy, do you have any questions? I know Squirrel, we can see you out there, Squirrel. Squirrel's in the green room. He's eating all the virtual cookies and drinking the seltzer water out there. And we won't bring him back on stage right away. But Amy, do you have any questions for Cliff about business and businesses?
Well, Cliff, basically, we know that there are a lot of businesses in Houston County that are operating at a limited capacity, if you will. Are there any suggestions that you might have for some of those businesses, maybe some tips on how to be able to serve the public better? Other than maybe some of those businesses don't have drive-through options. Are most of the businesses in town just doing curbside that has that available? Where are we on those different services being provided to the public? Are they? I mean, I know it can be difficult and challenging, and a lot of those businesses are just trying to save and make what little bit of money that they can. And maybe you guys might have some advice on some non-traditional ways to serve the public.
Yeah, I mean, we're just in such uncharted territories. I mean, it's really just trying to be as creative as you possibly can and still fall within the guidelines that the governor's issued, with her executive order. We're obviously not under a stay-at-home order yet, but as you guys are probably aware, the governor did release an executive order last week that named certain businesses that were required to close. So what we've been doing as a chamber is, when the restaurants and everything had to close, we've really been encouraging everyone to try and do everything they can to go ahead and continue to shop local, get takeout, do the curbside service, anything we can do to try to support our businesses during this time, because we need them here. We need them to stay here. We need them to stay viable. That's the reason that we're also pushing these different options, these loan options that are available through the government, because, the fact of the matter is that the uncertainty of this situation is really what's burdensome the most. because we don't know when it's going to end. And so
Right.
we think that if you're a business, that there's no downside to trying to apply for any of these loans and get whatever money is available, so that we can try to just make it through this time, and then hopefully sooner rather than later get back to doing business again.
Is there anything that the chamber has made available? I know you said that you did the video, which seems to be incredibly helpful. Will there be an opportunity for the chamber to do anything to help individuals that might um, need assistance applying for some of this stuff, other than, let's say, their own accountant or their banker? Maybe they're just a really tiny mom and pop type business, and they may need something a little more personal.
Sure. I mean, that's why we're telling them to call the chamber. I mean, if you have any questions whatsoever, we're going to try to help you in any way we can. I mean, literally pick up the phone, call us.
Right.
If we can't answer it, we certainly should be able to provide you with resources of people that we can put you in touch with that will be able to answer those questions. So, don't just sit there and say, I just don't understand. I mean, reach out, take the initiative. Please give us an opportunity to try and let us help you.
Let me ask you this too. I'm sorry, Ricky, because this is in regards to the small business thing. I'm hearing a little bit of conflicting views on the small business loan, the $10,000 kind of stopgap thing that they have going on to help you get through. If you work on that, does that prevent you from getting the PPA loan, or does it affect that in any form or fashion? Like, do you
That's
have
a
to choose between the two, or can you take advantage of both?
That's a good question. That was a question that was asked in the conference call that I participated in this afternoon, and there was a difference of opinion between different bankers in that conference call.
Right.
I don't know that I don't want to give an answer one way or the other, because frankly, I'm not sure of the answer. That's the truth.
I wasn't either, because that's the same thing I'm hearing. And before I apply for one or advise my friends and business acquaintances to do that, I want to make sure that it's not going to prevent them from the PPP, because I think ultimately the PPP loan is going to be what's most beneficial for people that do have employees on payroll.
That's correct. And I mean, I'll just tell you, I'm even though I'm the chairman of the board of the chamber, I mean, I'm an attorney here in Dothan. And so I have a law firm, and I'm having to make payroll. So even though I'm not sure if it might preclude me from the disaster loan, which I'm not saying it does, I still think it's crucial and vital to go ahead and do the PPP loan. And I've already got my application lined up and ready to go. Because that loan, if you qualify and get the money, is going to be a grant that could potentially be forgiven that you don't have to pay back. The SBA loan is a loan, and that's great. It can be paid back over up to a 30-year amortization, but it would be a loan that would be paid back. So again, I'm not completely sure. I hope that these guidelines kind of flush that out, the ones that we're waiting on.
Right.
But I honestly, as I sit here right now, I can't answer that definitively.
Okay. So that's something we need to keep our eye on and definitely ask about when you're looking into taking advantage of these offers of assistance, for sure.
Correct. That's right.
Excellent. Exactly. Cliff, thank you so much for being with us today. Give the website for the chamber.
It's Dothan.com. And Amy, one thing you said, did we create some of there is a one-page flyer that we also created that kind of went along with the video. And so we have that available. I'm not sure if it's on the website. I would imagine it is, but that gives all the different options and has a lot more detail. But if you have any questions about anything, call the chamber, 792-5138, visit the website, Dothan.com, or like us on Facebook. Those are the three ways we're going to be getting information out.
We will definitely do that. Thank you so much, Cliff. Very informative, and we appreciate you guys reaching out and sharing this with our listeners and our viewers today.
Thank you for having me. And like you said, we're all in this together, and we're going to get through this. I'm telling everybody, I'm looking forward to the day where I can give big old bear hugs to everybody I see.
Yes.
Not air hugs, bear hugs.
Yes.
That's right. No air hugs. I want some bear hugs. The old-fashioned bear hugs.
I got you.
That's right.
Look, our door is always open. The invitation is always open. Come back and see us anytime when the chamber has any information. You now know how to get a hold of me. So, Cliff, thank you so much, and have yourself a great day.
Thanks a lot.
Cliff.
Thank you, guys.
All right. There's Squirrel. Squirrel is back. And Daniel, I am sorry. Thank you for your patience.
It's fine.
And
You've
let's
seen me
go
on my
ahead
phone. I've just been working on our social media. I promise.
I got you.
I'm just trying to get as much exposure for it as we can. So
that was some great information from Cliff over at the Chamber of Commerce. And obviously there are unanswered questions, but I think what I got from it as a small business owner myself is that you reach out and get whatever they have to offer. And then if you don't need it, in other words, apply for everything they have, and then you can weigh it all when the time comes, when you find you've been approved, and you start seeing the paperwork, and you know whether it's a grant or it's a loan or something like that. But anyway, let's talk about tomorrow night, because we got one Foster Fest. Jessica and you and Dave and me and the crew, we were all out there in March, and we had one Foster Fest under our belt. It was a little chilly that night. We were looking forward to a great one tomorrow night. And since we're not going to be able to gather in those types of groups, what is going on? I'm going to go ahead and give you the stage right now. Tell us what's happening tomorrow night right here.
Well, tomorrow night we're going to introduce a concert series live from downtown. And this actually was something we were sitting around talking about this week and on Monday, and we just kind of said, well, maybe we can put it out, because we've done our DJ company, have had lock-ins on Sundays, a lot of musicians all over performing on social media. So, well, maybe we can do something with it. And as soon as we posted it, we started getting calls from everybody in the community about it. So we decided to reach out to Foster Fest, because this Friday is supposed to be Foster Fest. And since there's not going to be a Foster Fest, we would like to be able to do something to bring entertainment and, a little bit of morale booster, I guess you could say, to the community, to Dothan. And so from 6:30 to 8:30 via Facebook Live, we're going to have live music. We're going to have Premier Mobile DJs going to be performing. They said it this morning in the video we put for some details that it's going to start at 6:30. It may not end at 8:30. It may go longer. It's just how everybody's feeling. If everybody's having a good time, at Foster Fest, they cut the streets off at 10, but if we want to keep going, we will. But we have a great live band, Jamal Terry. He's out of Panama City, Florida. He's a great musician, and he's got a bunch of backing musicians behind him. They're going to be performing. Like I said, our DJ is going to be performing. We're thankful to have Visit Dothan's got in with us, and so we're actually going to be simulcasted on the Premier Entertainment Group Facebook, Premier Mobile DJ Facebook, Visit Dothan Facebook, and Foster Fest is also going to be simulcasting it.
That sounds like a deal. We might even get with you and figure out how we can hook it up and shoot it out on some other platforms as well. That's something.
Well, I will say, we are trying to encourage everybody, and there's a Facebook event. There's a Facebook event, and I'll put all the radio stations you want as host on it, so you can work on it. But there's a Facebook event, and it'll have a detailed way of how to create a watch party. And that's a really big thing on your personal page, or if you're a local business, you can do it on your business page. And when you create a watch party, it basically informs all your followers or friends that, hey, I'm checking out this video, you should do it. And the way Facebook works is the more people that are watching a video, Facebook starts seeing that as a popular video, and it organically populates even more than that. And we really want as much of the community involved in this. It's going to be completely family friendly. We want to be able to come into your homes, put us up on TV, dance, just enjoy it, whatever you would like to do, have a good time. I think it's going to be a really good event. And the reason we went ahead and we named it a concert series, because we don't know exactly when everything's going to get back to normal. Right. So next month we may be doing this again next month, and so on until we're able to get back outside and do what we love to do.
Amy, point at Squirrel, Amy. Point at Squirrel. Let me see if you can do it. Wrong way.
I still can't do it.
All right, Squirrel.
I haven't figured it out yet.
Squirrel hadn't had a chance to say a word. I have the obvious question, but I'm going to give it to Squirrel right now. Go ahead and ask Daniel about tomorrow night. Yeah, you got it.
So, Daniel, tomorrow night, this is going to go down great, because I was wondering myself, and I know a lot of people are wondering what's going on with Foster Fest. I think you answered pretty much all the questions that I could ask, really. So I don't sound redundant, but once again, how can I tune in to watch this? How can I get involved?
Well, for an individual right now, you can go ahead and go to any of the Facebook pages that I listed. You could go to Premier Entertainment Group, the Foster Fest page, and there's already, the live stream is already up and it's scheduled. All you have to do is click on Get Reminder, and then as a few minutes before the video starts Friday night, it'll remind you, and then you'll just be able to watch it, and it'll stream right up. And like I said, we're encouraging everybody. It's right up under there. When it goes live, there's going to be a start a watch party. So if you just hit that button, you're able to invite all your personal friends on your Facebook, and then all the views and all comes back to the one collective video. So it'll be a big party with the whole community involved.
Good.
Other than your page and Facebook, is there other platforms that this is going to go out on?
Not right now. Right now, it's just going to be Facebook for this month. Like I said, we built this. This is actually in our warehouse where I'm at right now, and this is where it's going to be taking place. We, after everything got announced and the entertainment industry pretty much got shut down, we ended up putting the studio in, and we geared it toward anybody that needed to live stream. And so we've had a couple churches come in and other organizations, and we've been filming. We've been doing some live streaming with them. So since we had it set up, the Foster Fest event idea came up Monday. So it's kind of been a little bit of a last minute thing we're putting together. But right now it's just going to be on Facebook Live. Next month, if this keeps going, hopefully we'll be able to do it on YouTube or wherever else we need to do it.
Yeah, we know all about putting stuff together for the last minute and holding it together with duct tape and keeping our fingers crossed until the next time around to get all the kinks worked out.
There's a lot of zip ties behind me, I promise.
I was hoping Squirrel would ask the obvious question, so I'm going to go ahead and ask it. You're going to have a live band, so you got extensions on their guitar plugs because they got to be 10 feet apart. Well, so they're going to be spread out up there, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, we've done a few interviews, throughout the week. Different places have been calling us and asking questions. And one of the first questions we do get asked is, well, you're going to have people in the warehouse working. How is that going to work out? We actually, when the live stream starts, you can't see it now, but there's tape marks on the floor. Mm-hmm. And then there's also risers back behind me. And so all the band members will be spread out, and even everything on the opposite side of the camera, our audio center, our lighting center, and our video center is all spread out across the warehouse. So we're only running the essential crew, one cameraman, the essential guys that we need, and then the band, and that'll be it. So we will have everything laid out. And if we need to, we can pull measuring tapes out on the video. And I don't know if anybody saw our DJ company, but when we did it, we had a MC walking around and we held out a measuring tape from him from the DJ all the way around. So, but yeah, that's one thing we did. That's the first thing we did is we marked out everything.
Very cool, man.
Like it's going to be a great time, and it's called Downtown. It's called what is it called?
It's Live from Downtown.
Live from Downtown. Downtown. It's kind of a virtual Foster Fest.
Right. And one more quick thing: if you are a local business and you haven't gotten any information from us, you want to message us on our Facebook page, Premier Entertainment Group, or my email is daniel@pegproduction.com. We have ways that we can get local businesses involved. It's kind of like a sponsorship, but all we're really asking is basically for you to share the live stream on your business page. And then we're going to have basically a ticker like on this video. We're going to have one running the whole time. We're going to shoot advertisements for any local businesses, any local organizations that need it. We're trying to, like he was talking about earlier with supporting local. Of course, we're in the heart of downtown, so we love to support local. So that's a big thing for us. So any local businesses that are still open and running, we'd love to put all the support out for them that we can.
Well, you're talking to one of those local businesses still up and running, but of course we've had to spread out too. So we one in the studio, and Amy, I did point the wrong way. Amy is in Wicksburg, and down here, Squirrel is in parts unknown. He's on the witness protection program, so we can't really talk about where Squirrel is right now. I want to remind you this half hour brought to you as a public service of Knight's Wrecker Service, big or small. They do it all. 899-3257, Ashford, Dothan, and Headland. They have been so kind as to allow us to take about a half hour of the drive at 5, which is normally their sponsored hour, and they allow us to bring this public service to you. Daniel, I want you to tell all the guys over there and gals at PEG that we certainly appreciate it. And if you see Jessica, tip your hat to her, because I know you've been working hand in hand with her to get this thing put together. Will there be any line dancing out there behind you tomorrow night?
I mean, if we have to put, like I said, we have about 8 measuring tapes in the shop. So if we need to do it, we can. We have done a social distancing train already in the DJ lock-in last Sunday. So it is possible.
Daniel, Terry Baldry said, if it's anything like the lock-in, no one will be disappointed. These guys kill it.
Well, that's really thoughtful. That's very kind words. And we will have, like I said, we're going to have the DJs and the band's going to be going back and forth. It's going to be 100% family friendly. I really want to stress that. It's going to be for everybody. We want everybody to have a good time. And like I said, 8:30 is when we're scheduling it to. But I mean, I think we're going to have a good time and be in a good mood. So we're here to play as long as people want to keep dancing.
Everybody needs it right now. People are locked in, staying at home, and it's an opportunity to get the kids up, dance in the living room, and have a good time. I think it'll be great.
Yeah, that was our biggest thing, was really just trying to do something. I mean, there's no financial gain in this at all. We just really want to push back to the community. And with everything, I mean, you look at Facebook, you're either seeing coronavirus or Tiger King right now. So you really need something else on Facebook.
Amen.
And we need something, something good for everybody.
Hey, but the skinny husband on Tiger King got some new teeth. He did. He don't look bad. Look, Daniel, thank you so much for being with us. And once again, if you don't know anything about PEG, it's Premier Entertainment Group. These guys have grown up in this business, in this area, and have really made quite a wonderful organization for themselves. And whenever it comes to sound reinforcement, outside stage, anything, they do it all. We have
a DJ company. We do installs. Everything. We do live sound and production. We do video work, whatever we need. I mean, if it's something and you want it, we can make it happen.
That's right,
Daniel. Listen, I have light envy. I'm loving the way your studio looks right now. I'm so jealous.
Well, we had it all set up for the band. We had it set up for the band, but when we decided we were going to do this, our lighting guy had to come in and redesign everything for me to sit in this stool and try to make me look as slim as possible. So,
Amy, you did say that that's available for live stream. So you have to do it from Wicksburg to
don't give me ideas, man.
Yeah, be in his studio.
We're open for business anytime. We will work any day that somebody needs to come in and live stream something, or we can just record something so you can post later. It don't matter either way.
Perfect.
That's right. Premier Entertainment Group, working hand in hand with the downtown. What is the name of that group? The Downtown Group. I'm sorry, like that.
The DDRA.
DDRA, to bring you a virtual Foster Fest. It's called Live from Downtown tomorrow night. You can check them out. That website, once again, Daniel.
Go to any of the Facebook pages. Go to Facebook and search Premier Entertainment Group, Premier Mobile DJs, Foster Fest Street Festival, or visit Dothan.
All right. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome back anytime. So if we got to do this again next month, please feel free to contact us, or maybe
I hope we can get outside next month, but if we can't, we'll be glad to come back on here and do it again.
We may not be able to. Yeah. All right, Squirrel, thank you so much, and I appreciate you being here. I know you were a spectator for most of it.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I got dropped. The whole system got dropped on my end, and when I came back in,
Squirrel said that's the story of his life.
Hey, more tinfoil on the coat hanger.
I don't know what's happening out here in the middle of the woods.
Amy in Wicksburg, thank you so much for being with us. And once again, Daniel, thank you for being with us. And we can't wait for tomorrow night. It's going to be a blast. So good night to all of you individuals. And we're going to go ahead and shut it down for another Wiregrass Strong. We thank you for being here with us. This half hour brought to you as a public service of Knight's Record Service. And we stream live on Facebook at B1053. And on YouTube at Wiregrass Radio. And at this time, we return you to your normal scheduled programming.